Hello and welcome. My name's Meredith McCarthy. Now, today's talk time, I wanted to talk about the hypnosis that I do with people and how I assist people in helping them to achieve goals, um, maybe let go of old patterns of behavior that doesn't serve them anymore. And why I thought this could be quite useful is that we're heading out of the end of this year and we're moving towards a brand new year. And a lot of people think about New Year's resolutions. Okay. So I thought, well, that's definitely the wheelhouse of a hypnotherapist to shiny up the mindset of success, to think about what are those beliefs that a person might need to start to build that's going to help them to achieve their goals more easily and stick to that winner's mindset. So I hope you enjoyed today's talk time. Buckle up, and here we go. Now, when I think about the mindset, and most of my clients that come in are struggling with that mindset of success. They have seen in the past that they've fallen short of being able to achieve a goal, maybe not just once, but maybe a number of times. And that's where they kind of get that prod. Maybe I need help. Maybe I need to go and see someone and get support to achieve this thing. I had a guy that rang me up yesterday actually, and he said, "Oh, I was just wondering, how hypnotherapy works." And I said, "Well, what is it that you would want help with?" And he started to share, "I want to quit drinking and got a few other habits and this, that, and the other, and I just want to improve my life." And I'm like, "Okay, so why is it important for you to do that now?" And so he had his story about what was motivating him to want to get his life in order. And I think as a hypnotherapist, that's a key part is where is the person coming from? Why is it important for them that they want to address this now? And understanding that right from the first that connect, first time you connect with someone is a really important part of building rapport, building a clearer perspective of who's sitting in front of you, what you're dealing with, and which direction you might take the session. Because not all hypnotherapy sessions are the same. What I mean by that is sometimes we might need to do regression. Sometimes, regressing to the point of where that limiting belief began or where that trauma started. So, some hypnotherapy sessions might need that to help a person to clear the block to be able to then feel the ability rise to achieve that goal more easily. If it's more about getting organized, like they've just not really worked on that aspect of their life before and they want to get fit and healthy, but there's no big blocks per se. They just want to shiny up that mindset of success. It may not need regression. It may be that you're working with that client in a different type of way where you're ego strengthening their belief to not only take action but follow through. So tuning into the client and what does the client need? There might also be anchors, post-hypnotic anchors or suggestions embedded with an action that can really help a person to switch on that successful mindset. So that's also something that hypnotherapists do all the time. We use a lot of different anchoring techniques. Letting go of old habits and behaviors can feel scary because it isn't familiar to step into doing things in this new way. So, quite often people have fear that they need to process or say goodbye to, and to build up the trust in themselves to be able to do this and also enjoy doing it as well. You don't want someone to be struggling all the time. So, that's where hypnotherapy and the way that the mind, when we enter into hypnosis, we are more open to suggestions. That can happen in a negative way too. So if someone's negatively daydreaming about all the things they're hopeless at, They are compounding that belief. So what I do as a hypnotherapist is I really want to tune into the right channel of thinking. What's the successful channel of thought we want to really build for that client? What are the beliefs that that client might need to reinforce? Now, you are not the person with the answer, as in the therapist does not have the answer about what that person should be believing. The client needs to come up with that new belief. They need to own it. It needs to make sense to them. So this is where the inquiry process of a session is a big part of what helps that client move away from where they were towards where they want to be. At the end of a session, it's very powerful because often they have a breakthrough. They have those aha moments. But you've got to journey them in a way that helps them to self-actualize. So they are owning their process. If you are forcing it just using direct suggestion alone and you haven't built up proper connection with the client or understanding, and you're just doing more of that style of from now on you are a non-smoker and every time you see da 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 da, and you haven't actually asked the client how they want that experience to be, and you're assuming something upon them, you might not quite get it right. They may still be resistant to that hypnotic journey. Some people come in to have that more authoritarian styled hypnosis. And if that is a match to what the client wants, then go for gold. You can definitely do the old sort of direct suggestion to that kind of client. Many times, though, in this modern world that we live in, people want to feel heard and understood. They don't want to feel like you're pushing them before it's time. So you've got to pace with the client. You've got to read the room. And that's where being aware, sensory acuity, I call it, not just me, but it's called sensory acuity, where you're noticing the little wee tells that the person is showing you. Maybe that slight nervousness, they might have a micro movement in their body that's telling you they're a little bit stressed about that. Every time they talk about it, they're feeling uneasy, or they're feeling excited because I've seen a shift in their body language. They're showing readiness. So all of these things are quite useful as a therapist to tune into. And that's what I love about my role as a hypnotherapist, is helping all sorts of different people create that breakthrough mindset that helps them to go and take positive action after the session. It needs to be client-centered. It needs to be client-paced. The clients that you are going to see are eclectic, that not one client is the same as another. So having a pre-script ready to go is probably going to fall short of having the most amazing session for that client. So I do invite many of my students to really go off the scripts quite early in their practice. Scripts are there as a baseline of understanding of how you might journey someone through things, but you've got to tune into the room and not just read off a piece of paper. You've got to tune into what the client is telling you. You've got to get into things like asking them questions using idiomotor signals. And there are lots of different episodes of Talk Time where I talk about these different ways that people can communicate when they're in hypnosis to that practitioner. But simply, having someone nod their head once they've done something, or nod their head if they're ready to do something, having permissions. These are all things that help to create a successful session. Because if a client isn't quite there yet and you think, oh, I've done an amazing job, what an amazing session. Well, it might be for you as a therapist, but actually the proof is in how did the actual client experience that session? Did they go away feeling shiny and amazing, or were they just going to go, yeah, that was good, thank you, and you never see them again? So having a connection to the client, really listening about, what is the client wanting to reinforce and asking great questions is a huge part of success. When a person says out loud, I am ready for this, this, and this, and it's going to make me feel positive and happy and reassured, whatever those feelings are, as soon as they give voice to it, it's that much more real. They are consolidating it in their mind. It feels more like something that's being constructed clearly, so then they can take action on it. Many times people have not said out loud fully what they want. So giving them space to do that, whether it's in the formal hypnosis part or in the pre-talk, people go into natural conversational hypnosis anyway when you're talking to them. So as soon as you get them to describe, what would that be like if you could achieve that goal? Tell me. Imagine as if you were there now. Tell me what would have changed? They are in hypnosis. They are going there and they are telling you their vision of what success looks like. That is gold. This is where, as a practitioner, you can really begin to utilize the client's word, the client's vision within the hypnotic space. If you're interested in getting some help to gain momentum with your own New Year's resolutions and you'd like to trial a bit of a hypnotherapy session, get in touch. If you're interested in learning to become a clinical hypnotherapist and going down that career path, get in touch. I have a 1,000-hour diploma course, and we're going to be starting up next February. We're doing Ericksonian hypnosis for the first one. And yeah, you're welcome to come on board. So check out the website nzach.ac.nz. I hope you enjoyed today's talk time. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. And for now, we'll see you next week with another talk time. And yeah, hope you're all well out there. Ka kite.